So that's it has given a long description of mine. Okay, I spent quite a good number of years in the industry. Actually, I would like to my session have an interactive. It's not like I will talk and end of my session you are asking me some questions. You can ask me the question in between. I'll also prompt the questions. Because I feel if there are interactions, because the session is 1 hour, then all of us will get engaged, and maybe I will learn something out of you and you may learn something out of me. So that's the way the interactive section always make a two-way communications and the two-way learning. Today we talk about the specialty paper. So when we talk about the paper, can anyone tell me what is the specialty paper? Quickly, come in the mind. Very demanded, costly. Paper used for the special purpose. Yeah, it is coming out of the name as a specialty paper. Okay. So anything called as a specialty means it's have a unique character. So when we call about a unique character, then only it is a special like a special things. So it have a unique character. From where the unique character comes, generally we all know the writing printing paper. So that writing printing paper, there is a notepad in front of you. So when you write on the notepad, or when you were in our school and the college days, when you write a paper, what you try to see? When I am writing, the ink should not bleed from one side to other side. Other side I should be able to write. The pen should run smoothly. That is the smoothness of the product, and the opacity, whereas the other side I will able to write, and sometimes the brightness and whiteness we get thrilled about. So that is the normal characteristics. If the same thing, it comes with a very thin paper, then the properties need to be enhanced in the multifold. So there is a 60 GSM paper, if we move to a 30 GSM paper, then the whole requirement changes because the applications are different, then it will become a specialty. Then I will just take you through, like when we talk about the like a world of specialty paper, in the left hand corner is a overlay. All of us must have been seen our melamine tableware. Melamine tableware is being used. One is a ceramic china clay, another is a melamine. So all the party in houses also we use the melamine. When the melamine tableware is used, the top side there is a printing. You will find there is a printing, there is a flower, there is a thing, or maybe white plain. So from where the printing comes? It comes from a paper called a overlay. So this overlay paper, it is printed, then put it on the top of the plate, then the melamine get fused on the top surface. Then it will become a tableware on that. So when we make this paper, then this paper has to carry the special property. That means it should have a dimensional stability, it fixes onto the plate shape, it takes the printing, and during the fusion of the melamine, then it will not have an issue. So this is one of the specialty grade. I'm just coming into the definition on that. Then all of us have seen this tea bag. So the tea bag is another specialty paper, because when you use a tea bag, the tea inside, the water or milk water has to go inside, then it will soak and then it has to come out. So the filter medium has to be very, very porous for the tea, that smell, fragrance, everything to come out. Then it's coming to like a opaque glassine. Opaque glassine is a product, we all have seen it in the bakery. You buy the cupcake, go to the bakery, there is a paper at the bottom of that. So that is also opaque glassine, and opaque glassine also used as a teaser. What is the teaser? Then when you are going for the book, or anytime you see advertisement, there is a paper which is a translucent, but the picture inside is not visible, but it is a transparent. So then we get curious what is there inside, because the hazy picture is visible on that. So that's called as a teaser. So it teases you to see that paper, means what is there in the printing. So it is used as a interleaving. In the various product, it is used as a interleaving in a notebook and other things. No, sorry, in a books and other things. So similarly, we have a oil and grease resistance. Today, we all are going to the fast food center. We buy the chips, chicken nuggets, then crispy fried chicken. Anything comes in a product. So that is a barrier product. The classes are going in the other side. And One more is the print release. The print release, today we are wearing the multiple T-shirts with a different design. So that's a paper, it is actually the printed on the paper, then the paper through thermal, through the heat get transferred to the T-shirt. That is a sublimation paper at that. So it also carries the specialty part of it. So then come to the cigarette paper. The cigarette paper is a deep product. It means you are smoking, the cigarette is burning along with the tobacco, the paper is burning. So it is a deep product, means it's a part of the product what you are consuming. So that's a deep product. This is a product, that is a deep product. Then come to the decor. Decor is our, in the house you see furnitures, you see the interiors, the cupboards, the top, what you called as a printed like a wood things. It's not a wood, it is a decor paper printed into a various format. So that is also a deep product, because it is the product what you are using in the dining table or your bed or your any kind of things. Wallpaper is another decorative. This one is the decor paper is mostly on the furnitures. That is a laminates, like your interior, exterior of the cupboards, your dining table. So many places it is used. Even on the wall also it is used, but it is used in a wooden format so that you will able to visible on that. So that's the world of specialty paper and that. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. No. So I'll come into that. I'll answer to it. Just wait for 2 minutes. I'll answer it. So that is called a soap stiffener, and soap stiffener, which category it will come, I'll tell you that. So you will get an answer to that. I don't want to answer now, because another slide is coming which will explain that. Which one I should press? I think it is hang.
Full screen नहीं है ना? ये है ना? कौन सा था? सब हो जाएगा, आप करेंगे ना, हो जाएगा उससे. स्लाइड चेंज है. वहाँ नहीं दिखाएगा, यहाँ पे करिए. वहाँ पे भी नहीं शो कर रहा है. आगे कर दूँगा मैं. चल रहा है. मेन स्लाइड पे आप यहाँ पे थे.
Okay. Okay. Have a look into this. This will be, I'll answer your question here. So if you look into this pyramid, the paper is divided into 4 different types. One is commodity, one is a specialized commodity, one is a specialty, one is a technical specialty. When you come to the commodity, because commodity paper, that means a paper which is having an economic value. So the writing printing paper, what you use in the everyday, it is a commodity. The recycle board, the craft paper, so before the session we are talking, it is a commodity, because this is a commodity grade, and the commodity grade is available in a large volume, because when we look into that, your volume is more, the performance is less. So it comes to the commodity. Then next come to the specialized commodity. When we talk about recycle board as a commodity, so there is another board called the virgin board. So the virgin board is having a different application. It will go to like a specialized commodity. It's a commodity, but it is there are some specialties added to that. Our writing printing paper is a commodity, but when we come to our copier paper, then it is a specialized commodity, because some properties are added onto that. So when we talk about the soap stiffener, it will come to the specialized commodity. Yeah, so it is a commodity, but it is a specialized commodity. It is not a simple commodity, or not it is a specialty paper. It will not come in the category of the specialty paper. No. So when we look into that, as I say that specialty is having a unique features. Because of the uniqueness, it is called as a specialty paper. When we talk about the value added product, that means on the performance part, we are adding a value. So how much value it is important. So that the moment you add a value here, the moment you add a value there, so commodity will be little value become a specialized commodity. So the performance is a value additions. The high performance product is a technical specialty. I told cigarette paper. Cigarette paper is a deep product. So it is a technical specialty. The manufacturing cigarette paper need a different hardware, different machine, different setup altogether. Making a decor paper also, it will go to a technical specialty. Tea bag will go to the technical specialty. So then coming into the specialty, before that I was showing you a couple of paper. I was showing OGR, I was showing the opaque glassine. We are talking about similar application of sublimation paper. So those things will go as a specialty paper. So the purely the volume is high in the commodity, yeah, and the value is high in the technical specialty, yeah.
Just to go off this pyramid, if I was to relate graph paper to this, right, commodity would be something like test liner. Would that fall under?
All the craft paper will come here as a commodity. All. Whether it is a craft liner, whether it is a test liner, it will come as a commodity. But only one craft paper which is used the high BF in a Amazon and other delivery. Instead of the plastic, it has substituted the plastic. Earlier it was coming in a plastic cover. So now instead of the plastic cover, now they are giving you a craft cover. This craft cover is a very high strength and with a high tensile energy absorbance. It carry the product, so then it will move the up in the value chain. So then it will be like a product move to it move above the specialized commodity, it will become a specialty. So craft and that high BF, high tensile energy absorbance craft for packaging of your service, Amazon or Flipkart, so those will go there. No, that is commodity. Barrier paper comes in specialty. Which one? Burst factor. Factor. See that what happens now, when you talk about the plastic substitution, in Amazon, Flipkart, you order something, earlier it was coming with a plastic pouch, you will find it very difficult to tear. So the product inside is safe and it is also carrying the moisture resistance and as well as some other barrier properties. So that product inside is safe. Now you replace that one with a craft packing. That craft packing which has gone, it has to give the performance same as that of the plastic. So the normal craft paper cannot give it. So it carry that tensile energy absorbance. That means it is a bag. If you apply the weight, it will get expand. It will get stretched. So the energy will get absorbed. So those paper and the strength of the paper is very high. Even you find it difficult to tear. You have to use the scissor in the house sometime to tear it off. So because it is replacing the plastic, it become a plastic substitution product. When you create a plastic substitution product, it will move to the specialty paper, though it is a craft. So the differentiation of the craft in terms of the applications can go to specialty or a commodity. Test liner, craft liner, all made for the corrugated cartoon, narrow flute, micro narrow flutes, everything is getting used and that will come into the commodity.
One more question is that the good example of the specialty could be that mobile dabba. Now the mobile dabba is so big that even if you stand over it, it will not break.
Okay, I'll tell you that mobile dabba is a molded fiber. So molded fiber, it is earlier it was a plastic, it being replaced with a molded fiber. So that mold is there through the fiber, that molding is formed with a high precision. So that's a very high level of product in that. That is aircraft. That is a specialty. See, what happened, commodity is, दाल चावल is commodity. आपको वो एक 40 रुपये में मिलेगा, 50 रुपये में मिलेगा, 100 रुपये में मिलेगा. That different kind of the commodity. So economic value is there. अगर आप kraft paper खरीदने जाएंगे, there are quantum available is high. That's at the bottom of the pyramid. Volume is high. More number of competition. It is available. You cannot offer, when we are talking about the product is having a 3 value. The value 1 is the economic value. So the price is directly proportional to the your what are the value offering. So that is the first level. This come to the commodity. The second level will go that you offer some features. You say the product is having certain feature. Because of this feature, it will print well, or it will do a run better in the photocopier machine. So when the performance is attached, the quality factor is the performance, then it will go to the specialist. This one. Another is, it will go to the, when the P value is directly related to the product performance, and you need a peace of mind. Because when you are buying this product, it is very expensive, less available, and then your utilization of the product is very precisely you will do. So what will do that, that become a more valuable for you. So then it will go to the your peace of mind. That means whatever you are buying, you should have a peace of mind. You cannot manage and run it. So it's like so that if you are making a rice in the house, you will go, even take 60 rupees. You are planned to invite someone to go for a biryani. You will go to the Dawat basmati rice, which is 150 rupees. Because you don't want to take the chance there. So in that segment, it is, in the rice segment, it is a premium quality, you are going for it. So this one is the product, that is a price is not the important. The value deliverable is the important in that. So price is not directly proportional to the economic value of it. The price is proportional to the value, performance value it is delivering. Okay.
Before you were there, Professor Samkal showed us a Ganeshi made of, I think, mold. So you created that in specialty, or what kind of?
If it is a molded fiber, again I will, because every product category, the molded fiber today, all the plastic plates and trays, the tableware getting replaced with the molded fiber. So the molded fiber trays are available, the molded fiber plates are available. So all these molded fiber trays, and this one is a commodity. Large quantity available, multiple players. If you go to the your mobile phone, only 2-3 companies in the world are manufacturing. So then it become a, Apple will not compromise. He will buy that by paying that price. Then it become a specialty. आपका वैल्यू चेन में किस तरह से आप अपडेट कर रहे हैं उसको, दैट बिकम ए स्पेशलिटी, और इन टर्म्स ऑफ द एप्लीकेशन इट विल गेट. या that is not specialty again. No, that is not specialty. It's a high BF kraft paper, multiple mills are manufacturing it. If you get that parcel which is coming in place of plastic carrying that packs, so that will only classify as a specialty. Okay. So what we discuss on that, whenever we talk about the specialty, it have a unique properties to satisfy the end applications. Again, it is like end applications, the unique properties, like I told, cigarette paper, tea bag, decor paper. Then again it is a unique raw material. It's not like the simple any raw material we can take and use. It's a very specific raw material has to be taken for the use. Then the hardware is customized. Means the hardware, when we talk, the paper mill consists of a pulp mill, recovery, paper machines. If the pulp mill is there, if pulp mill is not there, then your pulper, your stock preparation, paper machine, then the converting. Your stock preparation hardware will be different. The paper machine's hardware will be different. So that way it's a very, very customized hardware, and that's the unique know-how. The technology is very, very unique. It is not like every machine or every mill can manufacture. So it has to be customized, and it has to be a technical know-how to produce it. And just to give example, if the picture given there, it is a tea bag machine. The tea bag machine known as a hydroformer. So it operates at a, if the normal, someone was asking the grey bag board at what consistency, it operates between 0.8 to 1% consistency. This will operate at 0.01% consistency. That means 10 times higher dilution. So you need more water removal. So the hardware is itself is different because you need that porosity for the water to go inside, come out with the tea output. Then we need pigments which are high refractive index for the decor. Then we need the different shape. Then the eucalyptus, very specific. Like the one example I am giving you. So that's the uniqueness comes from the hardware, uniqueness comes from the raw material, and the uniqueness comes from the manufacturing process. So when you look into the types of the specialty paper, I just put it in a 4 category. One is decorative paper. Someone is telling the wallpaper. The wallpaper will come in the category of the decorative paper, the foil paper, and the gift wrapping. So that will come under the decorative. Then we have a packaging paper. Packaging paper, the parchment base paper. So anyone can tell me the parchment base paper क्या होता है? LIC policy. No. The yeah. Yeah, partly correct. The very commonly used in the butter paper. The butter, your Amul butter, any butter comes on the butter top of that wrap is a parchment paper. So when you are going for the parchment paper, it is also used for the food applications. You can do the food wrap, and it also withstand high temperature. It can withstand close to 550 degree centigrade temperature. The textile cone, someone asked me cone. So the textile cone which is manufactured out of the kraft paper, on top of that the parchment paper is fixed, because when the spinning mill it operates, it generates the temperature close to 400-500 degree centigrade. So then there will be fire to the paper. To avoid the fire to the paper, the parchment paper is used on the top of the cone. So the parchment paper, kraft paper I talked about what is the carrying this one. Then like a wax paper which is generally used for the match sticks and the something similar applications, and the glassine paper. So the glassine, I was telling the glassine, your opaque glassine or glassine paper, it is for the food wrap applications, and again for the our interleavings. So then OGR, oil and grease resistance, it is for the food. All the quick service restaurant, we go to the any kind of the quick service restaurant, we will find the OGR paper is used. Sorry?
What is the difference between glassine and OGR?
Okay. The glassine paper which is manufactured, it is manufactured with a highly refined stock. Then it is calendar. So the technically what happens, all the pores in the paper get closed, and they make it like a transparent, translucent film, and it gives you a certain kind of the barrier. So that when you go for the like namkeens, so namkeens it can withstand. You buy some samosa, because it is only for 10 minutes, it will withstand. When you go for the OGR, it is a oil and grease resistance. So the chicken nuggets, you have to carry it. So KFC fried chicken. Then you have some food which is a more cheesy burger. Then you have the today like ready to eat. So you open that ad that Indigo Airlines gives. So that needs the OGR. So OGR is a high resistance, barrier resistance product used for the food carrying applications. So that is the OGR. So there are different retention time of the food. Based on the retention time of the food, the application goes on that. So OGR is, here is called a kit value. So kit will be around 16. So there the kit will be around 4 or 5. So that's why it, both are food application, but for a different one. If you go for a cupcake in a bakery, then you will see the paper. Even some amount of butter gone inside, it doesn't matter, because you take it out and eat it immediately and throw out that. It is mostly used for, someone asked for the oven. It is largely used for the baking, because it has to withstand that temperature and not have a leakage during the baking. But imagine that you are carrying some food. If it leaks, get a spot, then your cloths will get spoiled. Then there will be trauma in the overall applications.
How do we say a paper is food grade or not?
Good question. So the food grade is it is defined from the testing parameter. If you are buying a food grade, then there are the certification, that is a BRC IOP, there are the other certification, BFR certification. So the food grade paper has to be certified with a certification. Anyone is buying, they will ask us those certifications. Yes, suppose you have a like a outlet, you wanted to use the food grade paper, then you have to give that food grade paper specification along with the certifications. So the certification comes with a very, very top diligence. So they ensure that it is a food safe. It is called food safety certification on that. There are Chinese certification, European certification, American certification, Indian certification. Which country you are giving on that? So those FDA, Food and Drug Adulteration for the America, BFR for Germany, then Chinese they have their own this one, but Chinese today globally is accepted on that. So the certification will tell you it is a food contact. Means when you contact with the food, a hot item contact in the paper, there will be a migration. So migration mein, contamination goes to the food. In our street food, they will give it in the newspaper. The newspaper contained what? The newspaper contained the recycled fiber. The newspaper contained ink. The ink and the other things contains your AOX. So that's passed through the food and we eat it. Because our country is not so much of regulations are there. But today if you go to a good outlets or the good fast food restaurant, they will all give you a virgin food grade product for the uses. You go to Haldiram, they will give you the food grade. Any virgin, that is a, see always any virgin cannot be talked as a food grade. The virgin means what? It is made directly from the pulp. If the pulping process use chlorine, then it is not a food grade. It has to use chlorine dioxide, no chlorine. It is called elementary chlorine free. Then only it is a like your food grade. Okay, so any is it is not a, commonly we can say this is as, because food grade is a food and safety, it is mostly for our own consumption and our own safety on that. Then the medical grade and the print release paper, medical grade is all our gloves, the medical equipments, it packs in the paper, sterilized paper, then the doctor it will open and do the surgery. During the open, if the fiber comes out, if the fiber, piece of fiber comes out, it can goes to your body. So the medical paper is, there is a grit coating, when you delaminate it, no fiber will come out in that. So that is those kind of the specialized applications in that. Then we have the air filter paper, it is used in the automotive. All of us seen that the paper, it is taken, it is coated with some resin to make it heat resistance, because it has to be operated in heat conditions with a lot of porosity. Then they folded it, they flute it. Then the flute one sent for the automotive paper. It is a very, very technical specialty paper. And we have the coffee filter, it comes in the cone. So the filter coffee used in the coffee filter paper. Then we have a green filter for the cigarette. Today whoever smoke, you see the cigarette backside, it is ethylene, it is a acetate compound, it is a cellulosic fiber, but here is green filter is, it makes out of the paper with a multiple fold, so giving the similar kind of the filter applications. Then we have banknote, security thread paper. In our currency we see the security thread. The security thread is actually given on the machine at the press part. It is not a off machine application, it is on machine applications. Then we have the holographic paper, wherever we see that hologram has been created in that. Then we have electrical, my time is running out, or it's a 1 hour time, no? Because I see the clock is 12:15 to 1:15, okay, you've given me 12:30. Okay, I will not take the grace, try to finish it before that. Okay, so then I talked about release liner, carbon and no carbon required. Now the no carbon, carbonless paper is very lessly used. Many of us seen that you write on the top, there are 5 pages, it will go. So then the back side of the paper is coated with the microcapsules, front side of the paper coated with a resin. When you write, the capsules break and reacts with the top side and it writes that again. So that is another, and over there I discussed decor, I told, tissue paper, tea bags, VCI paper is, it is a like a vapor corrosion inhibitor. So all these spare parts, the motor spare part or engineering spare part tend to have the corrosion. So that this paper is wrapped in that. So what will happen is the metal ion, that will be, there are molecules. So molecules will oxidize with the air and the metal ion will attract it. it will create a vapor, and the vapor will coat it on the surface to prevent any corrosion. Any rust will form on that, so it can be stored for a longer time. So VCI. VCI paper. Okay. See, electrical insulation, it is starting from the 32 GSM to 110 GSM. And if you go to the release liner or the FEM care, it is from 28 GSM to 140 GSM. So different applications will have a different. So carbon NCR paper is very specific, 42 to 48. And overlay, that is also 30 to 45. And your decor is 40 to 120. Your tissue paper from 12 to 40. And tea bags is 11 to 12. And some tea bags is 13, 14 GSM. And VCI paper is depending on the, what kind of the material we wanted to pack. It can be in anything 60 to 120. Print release paper, nothing but a release base. So the release base, you travel in airlines, they have a bag. What they do, they peel out the surface, they fix it, okay. And we buy the stickers to put it on the notebook. You take it out and paste on that. So there are two applications. In industry, what happens, in your all bottling plant, like the bottles is a one way and the returnable bottles. There are two type of bottles. The beer bottles are the returnable bottles. So your whiskey bottles are the one way bottle. Your saline bottles are the one way bottle. So what happens, this one in a one way bottle, that is a pressure sensitive. You have a release base, then there is a printed one, it will pick it up. The release base will ensure that no glue is sticking here. The glue is intact. So the glue will come, on the pressure the glue will get activated. Otherwise you cannot apply pressure on a saline bottle. So that itself will create that is pressure sensitive, and your applications will fix into that. Yeah. See, that is once the paper is, the paper is made, then it is go to a special bath treatment. There is acid alkali treatment, so which is form a gel on the paper surface. So that makes you the high heat resistance. Yes. That's why it is used in the bottle. बैठ के बोलो.
Functional or specialized application is there. For example, your peach paper, it serves a very specific technical application, and similarly in paper chromatography, very specialized paper are used. So that can be used at the technical pressure or paper, or it may be some classified in based on some other application or functional paper kind of things. Very specific application.
If that application is a very, very technical specific applications, then it will come under the technical specialty. It is not no other applications. It has to be come only for that applications. So that's why I explained the easier is, we all know the smoking. The cigarette paper cannot go for any other applications. It has to be used for the cigarette, and that has to be, the consumer has to consume it along with the tobacco. So then that is become a technical specialty. Because manufacturing itself, there are a lot of technicality are involved in that. It's any transfer is a transfer mechanism. Okay.
For all these specialty paper?
As I told you, the raw materials are the process is unique. The raw material are a very specific raw material, whether it is a pigment, whether it is a fiber. So the fiber has to be choose what you are using. Suppose say you are getting a product, you are trying to make the parchment paper. I'll come to the parchment paper. You see it is used the high bulk eucalyptus. So which eucalyptus will give you the high bulk? It is one species called globals, the grandies. It will give you the high bulk. So you have to use only that material. Okay. Then only you will get it. Then you will get a low coarseness softwood. What is the coarseness? The thickness of the fiber. So, because the wall thickness has to be more. When the low coarseness means lower the coarseness, wall thickness is less. So, if a more wall thickness, this will not work. So, the softwood is between the 40 years to 80 years of the age. So, that is measured in the coarseness, that means the weight of the fiber in milligram per meter. So, that will measure. So, every raw material is hand picked. We can't use, suppose say someone will start saying that I put up a machine, I wanted to make the parchment paper, the CTQ of the parchment paper making on that, if I put the CTQ, is a high tensile, low Gurley porosity, good dispersion of cellulose during the parchmentation. That is a very subjective. So, you will get a high tensile, you will get a low Gurley. But when you go for the parchment, because the fiber compositions are different, it will fail.
Sir, just for my clarification, only equal potential grandis is used for that pulp making? Is it possible to procure only equal potential?
Globulus or grandis, anything you can, single species you can use. So, India may nobody is used, it get imported.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So, when you make a specialty product, the specialty product, it has to be aligned with the input, because the final product, as I say, it is based on the application and based on the unique and that. So, sorry, here as I was sharing with you butter and cone, most of the opaque we have already spoken that, opaque and here it is like you are asking, it contains the higher softwood in that. So, these are all application is food packaging we discuss, labeling we will discuss, art craft, this part already we have discussed on that. And see, this is coming as a printing grade. What I was saying that when you produce a writing printing, your printing grade, we have once all seen our any book, whether it is a textbook or it is a like any book for management theory or some book we buy to read. Have you seen the paper? It is very thick. Have you seen the paper used in the Oxford dictionary? It is very thin. And in a in the same height, the the printing paper used for the notebook, it measure in the page per inch. So, the page per inch, it will have a 400 or 500 page in 1 inch. So, this will go 1400 page per inch. So, that means your more number of page it is carrying. So, the paper is thick. When it is printed, in a thicker paper the opacity is high, you will not have any issue. In a lighter paper, the opacity is low. So, you print it one side, it will be visible in the other side. You cannot read other side what is written. So, you have to imparted a special property of generating the opacity. So, that is what I say that even though our normal paper which is commodity, when the commodity we imparted a special property and the same property in a very intense way, it moves towards the speciality. This is one of the example of printing grades, because general printing grades we talk about the commodity, but the printing grades used in the lighter GSM which is used for the Bible, which is used for some creative creations or any of the dictionary, and one of the most critical is the pharma outsert. Our country does not use any pharma outserts. If you go to overseas, so there is a pharma outsert. All the information about the drugs is printed on that sheets, both the side. It is folded 14 to 32 times depending upon the size, and it is put on the top of the bottle. So, that bottle when you buy, somebody can read. So, both sides has to be very clearly visible. So, this is known as pharma print. So, that then it become a moves towards the normal commodity writing printing can be specialty paper whenever a intense of those properties are required, in addition to the special property. Release liner, talking on that, the pressure sensitive we talk about any stickers or any use of bottle labels. So, today the release liner is largely used on that. I think this presentation will be available on the net. So, you can see the presentation, I think it is available. Yeah. So, this is the VCI paper. So, VCI paper I was telling you, There is a coating given in the paper, the metal is there, there is a polar ion. That ion will react the molecules which is there in the coating, and through in the presence of oxygen, the vapor will start coming out. The vapor will coat on the top of the bearing or any of the parts you are wrapping on that. It will prevent the corrosion. So this is another kind of the specialty paper applications in that. No, absorbent is a different category. Absorbent paper is used for your making the decorative laminates. So it is the vapor corrosion is not the absorbent. Okay. This is a battery separated paper. This paper has to be coated with ceramic or glass. Then it is used in the battery to separate the anode or cathode. So the anode and cathode will not react each other. So this is another type of the specialty paper, and it will go mostly onto the top of the pyramid as a technical specialty paper. Yeah. See, this paper will not be recycled because it is a glass coated or it is a ceramic coated. It will not come back to its form of the recycle. So that circularity will not come out. That's why the battery disposal, there is a law for the battery disposal. So every battery dispose, whether it is a different battery, that you have to dispose it in separately. It will come under the hazard disposal. So this paper is not recyclable. Nothing. It's not a paper. It's a battery. So it will go along with the battery. We are disposing the battery. The electronics goods. So lithium battery we are disposing. So it will go in along with the battery. You cannot extract the paper out of there and take it for the recycle as a paper. So many paper cannot be recycled if it is the deep product. Deep product means the final product. You tell me how to recycle the decor laminates. It is already there and the fuse, put it on your furnitures. You cannot separate the paper out of there. It has to go for the recycle or burning in the boiler. So that will go there. Parchment you cannot slosh it. So it's like municipal waste for RDF. This is the refuse derivative fuels. So wherever the calorific value is there, it will go as a RDF. It is recycled in terms of generating your thermal energy. OGR we also talk on that. Any questions on the OGR? I got a couple of questions on the OGR. So I explain on the part of the OGR. So OGR today it is one of the fastest growing segment. Our quick service restaurants are the fastest growing segment. Then takeaway food, your Zomato, Swiggy. Whenever you order the food, our Indian curry, it comes in a plastic box. Now the government is also looking forward to ban those plastic box. The OGR paper or OGR board, so that can carry those Indian curry, Indian high oil, ghee contents curries also can be delivered. So this is one of the new development which is happening. Also we have started producing this product in this country. It is no more the import on that. Then based on the your other item, the chicken nuggets, our French fries. So those things started coming in any shops you go, you will find it. Your burger wrap, your Subway wraps. So these are all OGR paper and OGR boards. They are cutting use on that. So this you are asking, this is a kit value. Kit value, higher the kit value, that means higher the oil and grease resistance. So the critical property here is coming as a kit value, and these are the applications starting from the bakery, roti, deep freeze and the burger wrappings. Nowadays we are not using that single blade, but if you go to a barber shop, he takes that blade, he breaks and he puts it and use that. Have you ever seen this blade lying somewhere and you will find a rust in that blade? Have you seen? Anyone seen that? Huh? This blade is what? Stainless steel. can a SS will get rust? But from the where the rust comes? Moisture in the paper. Moisture, see if it is a rust, the presence of the moisture and in the presence of the air, the corrosion will happen, the rust will develop. But on the SS, the rust will not develop. So this is actually a bacteria which forms on the top of this blade and looks like as a rust, as a corrosion. So the paper used here is anti-rust paper because it is preventing the rust. It is the rust, how it is prevented? The paper is treated with a antibacterial chemical. So when you wrap it, it will not allow the bacteria to form on the blade. So all the blade we are seeing all across the wrap, you are seeing, he will take it out from the pack, there will be wrap. So inside the wrap, so they will have a thinner wrap or thicker wrap. So the thinner or thicker wrap, it is a anti-rust paper. So the anti-rust paper mostly it is to avoid the rusting. The rusting is a bacteria because this paper, if someone asks you, is it preventing the oxygen transmission rate or the oxygen is not going inside? Yes, oxygen is going inside. The corrosion will happen only in the presence of the oxygen and in presence of the moisture. If two are there, then the corrosion will happen. So both are there, but it will not happen on that because it is a bacterial count in that. So you can see that unique chemistry to act as corrosive innovator doesn't allow bacteria to grow on the surface. That's a kind of the product as a specialty product in that. So then another is a femcare product because this is one of the most hygiene. That is one called a non-woven as well as release. So both the product is used in the femcare. So the femcare is one of the growing market in this country, and mostly the femcare papers are imported. We are not manufacturing any femcare product in this country. So this is a good avenue, good opportunity available for us. If you look into the statistics, the Indian requirement, the consumptions, so this is another one more grade because non-woven, there are no machine in India which produce the non-woven. Talking the medical grade, because the tools the doctor use, so that comes as a sterilized pack, the gloves comes in the sterilized pack, the tools comes in the sterilized pack. So the doctor will tear open and do the surgery. So here the fibers will not come out. If the fiber comes out, then it is a contaminated your body. So that's criticality if this paper. So that means the specialty paper, someone is asking because why it is higher price or is a less volume? Because when you are supplying it, you have to ensure every sheet is performing without a fiber tear. So that's required a very precision manufacturing. So because of the precision manufacturing, they become more technical, more the value created for that. That's why the value creation is very high in the product. Yeah. Yeah, the bottom side, it is a very special category paper, and largely Japan is the leader of manufacturing that. Okay, so it is not like very popularly people have observed that technology, but many of the tissue mills they are trying to manufacture that. It's a non-woven. It's a non-woven. No. Is even tea bag also synthetic fibers are there. It is for the heat sealing. So it's a combination of the cellulose fiber or any other cellulose plus synthetic fiber in that. No. Adult diaper it is. हो गया बस another एक दो slide. खत्म कर लेंगे. Carbonless also I explained. I think I don't need to go through that slide. I have explained the carbonless. Print release, that's a sublimation paper transfer through the thermal heat. This one also we have discussed. Decor also we have discussed. Yes. Your that is called antifungal paper or antifungal board. The board or paper is coated with the antifungal chemical. Like today, if you buy a dope soap, it is packed in the antifungal board. If you buy the pure soap, it is packed in the antifungal board because the soap contains the high TFM. It is the high moisture, and the soaps earlier it has to be packed in a aluminum or poly kind of the pouch. So then put inside the cartoon. Cartoon is for the brand building. Inside is for your like protecting packaging. But now the soaps are straight away coming in the cartoon because the antifungal coating has been made in that. Cigarette also we discussed. Overlay, I explained how the overlay happens in that. Decorative also we discussed. Filter paper also discussed in the matter. Coming tea bag over. Security, I said the bank notes and the part. Okay, so as we discussed on that, it is a customized raw material uses. Know-how is also the skill and quick stabilization, unique texture and the finish, and customized CTQ. So then only it become a specialty. Okay, so that is what the conversion quality. Thank you.